And we need immigrants in this country.
I'm going to be really crude right now. We're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
People to come here legally to work or to build a home here. I'm going to be really crude right now. We're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Right now, we're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses.
We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Do not help. And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's...
You look at the food that's on your table. Think about who picked it. Think about who picked it.
We have a shortage of workers in our country, and you see even in Florida, some of the farmers and the growers saying, why are you shipping these immigrants up north? We need them to pick the crops down here.
When Arizona did the same to their immigrants in their state, he's going to devastate our economy. Tourism, construction, agriculture. I mean, you're going to have vegetables rotting in the fields. You're going to have construction sites that will lie dormant, or certainly will struggle to get workers to be able to help make sure that they can make progress. The tourism and restaurant industry, in particular, rely on these workers.
And we need immigrants in this country. Forget the fact that the farm that our vegetables would rot in the ground if they weren't being picked by many immigrants, many illegal immigrants.
I don't really understand how immigration works, but typically when I'm on the road and people talk to me about the price of food, one of the things that I ask them is, how many of your children are you raising to go and work on the farms?
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not.
About a third of the construction workforce in this country is Hispanic. Of those, a large proportion are undocumented. So how do you propose to build all the housing necessary that we need in this country by removing all the people who are working in construction?
Well, I think it's a fair question, because we know that back in the 1960s, when we had very low levels of illegal immigration, Americans didn't buy houses, didn't build houses. But of course they did. And I'm being sarcastic, of course, in service of a point, Lulu, the assumption that because a large number of home builders now are using undocumented labor, that's the only way to build homes. I think, again,
the country is much bigger. The need is much bigger. I mean, I'm not arguing in favor of illegal immigration. I'm asking how you would deal with the knock-on effect of your proposal to remove millions of people who work in a critical part of the economy.
Well, I think that what you would do is you would take, let's say, for example, the 7 million prime age men who have dropped out of the labor force, and you have a smaller number of women, but still millions of women prime age who have dropped out of the labor force. You absolutely could re-engage folks into the American labor market. This is, I think,
to work in construction?
Of course you could.
Can't work in the regular economy. They're in the military. They're parents. They're sick. They're old. They might not want to work in construction.
The unemployment rate does not count labor force participation dropouts. And again, this is one of the really deranged things that I think illegal immigration does to our society, is it gets us in a mindset of saying we can only build houses with illegal immigrants when we have 7 million, just men, not even women, just men who have completely dropped out of the labor force. People say, well, Americans won't do those jobs. Americans won't do those jobs for below the table wages. They won't do those jobs for non-living wages, but people will do those jobs. They will just do those jobs at certain wages.
They're also far left, right? They're basically cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too, because on issues like this, on immigration, Democrats are basically telling people, we love illegal immigrants. We don't want to enforce the borders, okay? They had an opportunity to close the border. They said, no, we're not going to. They let tens of millions of them into the country. And then Democrats used taxpayer dollars, spent taxpayer dollars, mainly in Democrat-run liberal cities and states, taking care of the illegal immigrants in ways that they have never done for American citizens, their own constituents. Trump starts getting rid of the illegal immigrants with the mass deportations, and lo and behold, Democrats go running to other countries to bring the illegals back that we deported. And the Democrats have made it pretty clear in regards to why they love illegal immigrants so much over American citizens.
Gotcha, bitch.
They're going to put you all back in chains. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.